Don't look ahead. That's the mantra being repeated by the number 9 Pitt Panthers as they head to Durham, North Carolina to face the Duke Blue Devils 1 week before a massive ACC matchup against the undefeated Miami Hurricanes. Will the Panthers escape unscathed? Tune in to find out. How are we doing, folks? Your host Moose here on the Pitt Panthers Football Network as the number 9 Pitt Panthers are in Durham, North Carolina to take on the Duke Blue Devils in an ACC Coastal Division matchup here. The Pitt Panthers looking to win and go to 6-1 in the conference, which would set up a matchup with undefeated Miami, who takes on Virginia this week for the ACC Coastal Division crown. So the Panthers need to avoid a slip-up against 1-5, 3-7 overall Duke in order to allow for that matchup to take place, and what a matchup it'll be. So we'll see if the Panthers can continue their winning ways and do just that today. And Duke with the ball as we get underway here in the first quarter. Jones, the freshman quarterback, hands outside to Duncan. He fights off 2 tacklers. Bam Bradley, the senior linebacker, is not able to hold him down. Salim Brightwell giving chase. He can't bring the man down. Jordan Whitehead can't. Finally, Rory Blair, the 5th man to give an attempt at the tackle there, finally brings the running back down, allowing Duke to get up to the Panthers territory, and the drive would culminate in a field goal from 57 yards out by the Duke kicker. The Panthers don't have good history with 57-yard field goals, and Duke takes the 3-0 lead. But Peterman in the shotgun, drops back, rolls out, finds Dantes Ford. Lovely little spin move to dance around the corner and get a 19-yard grab. Great catch by the senior Dantes Ford. He knows he's only got a couple of games left in his football career, and so he wants to make the most of it. Panthers now with the ball, 2nd and 1 from the Duke 19-yard line. Peterman under center, rolls back. They fake the reverse to Quadri Henderson. Peterman over the middle. He's got Jester Weah in the end zone. 20-yard touchdown, and the Panthers take the lead. Great grab by Jester Weah to get open. We know how good he is at getting open downfield. He's made so many long yardage catches, and he does the same here. He finds himself in between the safeties, and that's a 20-yard score for the Panthers. Duke, though, looking to respond here. Freshman quarterback Daniel Jones under center. He drops back, looking to pass in the shotgun. Over the middle, Matt Galambos is there. The senior linebacker brings the ball in, and the Panthers take it away. Big turnover from the freshman quarterback. The senior linebacker, showing the wherewithal, just sits down in his zone and gets the ball right thrown to his hands as if he was the intended target, and the Panthers take over. 1st and 10 now following that interception from Galambos. Peterman under center with the read option. He's going to get into open field. How much room can he get? He's got 23, 24 yards on the ground for Nathan Peterman, the senior quarterback, and the Panthers are into the red zone. For 4th and 1 now, they need to go for it in that real tight look. Quadri Henderson in motion. They hand off to James Conner, and he just barely gets to the first down marker. 2 yards for Conner, and the Panthers go to 1st and goal now. Ensuing play, Peterman under center, rolling out. He's looking. Gets the ball off, and he finds James Conner, and it's a touchdown. His first receiving touchdown of the season for James Conner, and the Panthers 2 touchdowns already halfway through the first quarter, and a big 14-3 lead. They stop Duke on the ensuing possession. They take the ball now 1st and 10. Peterman under center. Henderson goes in motion. He hands off to George Aston instead on the misdirection play. The Panthers love using Quadri Henderson in motion as a distraction for other teams, and Aston gets a big 17-yard rumble on that play. Again, fakes a handoff here. Rolls out, throws. Quadri Henderson brings it in. 23-yard catch. It's a pinpoint strike from Peterman for the Panther first down. They're now up to the Duke 4-yard line here. 2nd and 3. Peterman, he hands off. James Conner, he's got all sorts of daylight to run into, and it's a touchdown. 21-3. Your Pitt Panthers will take the lead. Great score. Great Scott in the back of the end zone is James Conner for his 2nd touchdown. Duke again, unable to do anything. Peterman now in the 5-wide set. He rolls back and throws. He's got Dantes Ford across the middle. He does very well to pick up the 3rd down conversion on the 14-yard play. 2nd and 7 now. Peterman in the shotgun yet again. He sends Connor in motion this time. That misdirection, the motion is what the Panthers have always been looking for. And Dantes Ford again with another big grab. It's his 4th catch already on the day. This time 22 yards as they left him open in very soft coverage, and Peterman's going to pick him out. Nate Peterman's actually 10 of 11 passing on the day right now. Easily his best game passing all season so far. He rolls out and he keeps that up. He finds Quadri Henderson 6 yards back of the end zone, and it's 28-3 for the Panthers. Peterman 12 of 13 passing for 3 touchdowns already, but Duke not going to go down with a fight. This time Jones over the middle. Galambos isn't able to bring it down. He finds his receiver Chris Taylor for a 30-yard gain as he gets through the Pitt secondary, and Georgia Tech running the hurry up. 1st and goal now from the 8-yard line. Jones drops back, looks, and behind Avonte Maggs is Jonathan Lloyd. 9-yard touchdown for the Blue Devils, and they do get their first touchdown of the day. We expected their aerial attack to at least test this Pitt defense, but we hope Pitt's defense can, finally show a little bit of resistance before heading to Miami. That's going to have Brad Kaya, and we know how outstanding of a pro prospect he is. And really the issue for the Panthers right now seems to be tackling. TJ Romming, 21-yard catch and run because he brushes off a tackle and is able to get into the open field. So Duke with the ball and moving here, trying to cut into the Panther lead again. Great throw. He sits in there. The Panthers dropped into the zone, but Jones is able to find Nash. And now Duke 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Handoff, Duncan. He's brought down. Great tackle by, I believe that was Terrace Webb sitting him down. 2nd and goal now. Duncan into the backfield goes Matt Caprera and Jordan Whitehead, and they sit him down yet again. 3rd and goal. Another handoff to Duncan, and DeMar Hamlin, the freshman, busts inside alongside of senior defensive end Juan Price, and they hold Duke 3 stops, and they force them to kick a field goal with just a minute to play here in the 2nd half. So a big stop to really cut any momentum that the Blue Devils might have had and send us into halftime. The Panthers 2-possession lead, 28-13 over the Blue Devils, and their offense was clicking on all cylinders really until that final drive that they weren't able to score on. But the Panthers right now are just putting yardage up all over the place. 152 passing, 133 rushing. Peterman's having one of his best games of the entire season. Connor's scoring touchdowns. The Panthers have held the ball for 14 minutes of the 20 of this game, and really, they look like a freight train that's going to be unstoppable. They just need to, again, limit that Duke passing game just a little bit. So we get underway here in the 3rd quarter. Nate Peterman under center. Quadri Henderson just behind him, following the kickoff. Hands off to Quadri Henderson. He gets a couple of blocks from Aston. Connor's got a block upfield, and Henderson is into the open field. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Quadri Henderson. First play of the 2nd half, and he's into the end zone just like that. The Panthers explode for another score. 35-13, they'll take the lead, and this is how you know your offense is clicking on all cylinders. When your star halfback, who's probably going to go to the NFL draft after this season, is laying the final key block to spring Quadri Henderson to the end zone. That's when you know you're clicking on all cylinders. And Henderson, another big, long rushing touchdown into the end zone. He's good for a big play pretty much every single game. That's how solid of a player and how fast he is. Peterman, though, rolling out. He's under pressure. He's looking. Dantes Ford breaks away, and Peterman finds him yet again. Dantes Ford for 32 yards and the big 1st down conversion. He saw Peterman was scrambling. He broke off from his route, and he got open and made a big reception. So Dantes Ford, another big play. Peterman now in the shotgun here. 3 wide plus a tight end. Connor next to him. 1st and 10 from about the 10. Fakes the handoff to Connor. Play action. Peterman looks. Dantes Ford in the end zone. 12-yard touchdown. And he's been the most reliable receiver today. Peterman's 4th touchdown pass. Dantes Ford has been his safety net, and finally gets the touchdown that he so deserved today. It's a perfect touch throw from Peterman. Ford brings it in, gets a foot down, and it's a touchdown for the Panthers. 1 minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Now Duke with the ball. 3rd and 1. And Tyreek Jarrett, the senior defensive tackle, 350 pounds, breaks through the line and stops Jayla Duncan short, and the Panthers will take over. 1st and 10 now. Henderson in motion again as usual. Shantez Moss in, the freshman, getting a chance to play here in this blowout performance, getting a chance to spell James Conner, and he's now got 26 yards on the ground. The Panthers would get to Duke territory, and Chris Blewett, the kicker, from about, we'll say 45, boots it through, and it's 45-13 Panthers. Good to see a lot of seniors, a lot of different contributors getting in on the act. If we look, the Panthers 503 yards of offense, which is just an unbelievable performance. And are they done yet? We'll have to wait and see. 5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Peterman run the play action here, not looking for Connor. He looks, he's got Jester Weah again behind the coverage. We know how much of a deep threat he is, and that's a 43-yard catch and run from Jester Weah, and the Panthers are driving yet again. First and goal now, minute and 20 to go. Peterman, hands off. George Aston is into the end zone. All he does is score touchdowns. Mr. Reliable George Aston, the fullback, and the Panthers take a 52-13 lead. 50 seconds now. Duke with the ball, just looking to, spare their blushes a little bit and maintain their respect. The throw, though, it's intercepted. Senior corner, Ryan Lewis, in one of the final games of his career, gets the interception to seal the final score for the Panthers, and they're going to be able to run out the clock and pick up a victory here. Nathan Peterman with his best game of the entire season. 4 touchdowns, 286 passing, 47 rushing. Great game from him. Dantes Ford was sensational receiving today. Jester Weah with some big catches. James Conner, as always, scoring touchdowns. And the defense was very, very stout. One of their best performances all year for the Panthers. And you can't say enough about what they've been able to do in this victory, setting up a massive matchup with Miami next week. So we hope you all tune into that. Of course, we'll have your recap show later in the week before we get to the Miami matchup. But as always, thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you soon. Hail to Pitt. Take care. Bye-bye.